Hello, my stars. Let's dive into it. Though we're not going to do a review of Alien Romulus, we'll do a review of Alien Covenant 2017 movie, which was the last Alien one before they did Romulus in the cinemas, which I have not seen. But to get us a little excited, maybe, I'll talk a bit about the one before that, Covenant. Initially I really didn't like it, but I watched it again just now and I did turn around a lot even before watching it because there are things to appreciate about it even if it's not exactly what we wanted. So what did I want? I wanted um, the movie Covenant to be a bit like the video games or the Aliens movie, with just a lot of aliens and a lot of action, a lot of horror. And in this one, I would say predominantly, they essentially are refraining from doing that. So there's not that much action, not really that much horror. There are some action scenes, there are some horror scenes. One could say some even strong horror scenes, but it's still not what I'm talking about. It's not like earth-shatteringly terrifying, like bone-shattering terrifying. And it hasn't been for decades. So I did have a quick glance at the reviews for Romulus, but I can't comment. But I will say with Covenant, 9 out of 10 for me, which is higher than what you see on the internet if you do a quick look. And the reason I was even contemplating 9.5, but I declined at the end because I would score it 9.5 or higher if it was more true to what I would want from the Alien franchise. So again, more action, more horror. I got neither of those. But as a deviated work from my point of view, like I'm sure from their point of view, they're being true to it. And I actually turned around on the main story. So spoiler alert, the synthetic created aliens. And at first I was like, oh my god, they mutilated and decapitated the word alien, as in it's just like mythical, mystical, like from a different place. But I had a few years to ponder on this, and then I realized they've actually, through all the movies, they've been in the theme that the word alien means just something that shouldn't exist. And for example, in the first movie, even the ship was an alien. Like, I mean, remember how the alien blended in with the ship? We didn't recognize it because it looked exactly the same. And of course, humans wanted the aliens. They were like so amazing, so that the synthetic would think the aliens are amazing. That's actually consistent with the whole story arc. So I accept it, and I actually find it very interesting. It's just like yet another mutilation that humans have made, where they don't cherish and value human beings. Instead, they see other things that are apparently more noble pursuits. So it's like this pseudo intellectual pursuit because what's right in front of you. So humans, that just apparently doesn't matter. Which has been the theme of the Alien franchise, and I do like that a lot actually. Like if I wanted to say just an alien species that is just like created like by nature, I could just maybe refer to StarCraft or the Zerg. That's definitely not created by humans. So I'm all in all, I'm very happy with this and with that. So another one thing I really liked about the movie Covenant was how they're trying to find a new home, a new planet to colonize, a new Earth. And I love how they did it, that the planet has no life on it, how it's silent. Like, whoa, that's so creepy. And why is it so silent? But more, I would ask, why is it not another Earth? Because, of course, there is no other Earth as far as we know, and if we were to find one, it'd be far away. So, I'm actually reading on Kindle the book on Covenant, the official one. I'm really enjoying that one. That one I haven't finished, but I'd probably score that one like, let's say, 10 out of 10. It's the same story, but just executed a bit better. Um, but again, I've already said why I wouldn't score it higher. So there are different reasons. The execution is good, very good on it. It's just it's not it deviates a little bit. Um, but I do love this whole thing of colonizing the planet because I want to use a phrasing that has been running in my mind, which is so we take things for granted on Earth. Now, I always thought there's nothing worse on Earth than being homeless. Or can you name something that's worse than being homeless on Earth? Well, it occurred to me after watching Covenant that there actually is. You could be homeless on a different planet. So, as in, you're not even on Earth or home Earth. You're not there. So, you're not. So, that's like homeless times two. And I think to look at it from that angle, that's quite creepy. I mean, when the lander ship blew up, this is what one scene I would have totally removed. I think it'd be better if the aliens blew up the ship, but the humans did it. It's like, really? I mean, they can't even walk straight. Remember how they were slipping on the blood? Like, both humans can't even walk straight. So I'm like, come on. It's like the humans have to be that incompetent in every alien movie. I can accept that politicians are so incompetent, but these are meant to be like elite, astronauts. They're not meant to like just slip and fall to the ground immediately when something's happening. Um, so, and it was because like humans blew up the ship that I was like, well, they shouldn't get a rescue. Like they blew up their own ship. Like why should they get a rescue? It's like, and why is the captain like jeopardizing the lives of the 2,000 colonists? That doesn't seem professional either. Which maybe I'd accept if they had not blown up their own ship, to escape the planet on their own. Um, so, and then after that, they're on the necropolis inside of it, and this is where I think it would have been good if it was actually emphasized, like how humans are at the end, how they don't have anything. I mean, they so desperately want to get back on the mothership. The mothership is not Earth either. Um, and definitely the necropolis was not Earth. They didn't have anything. They had like no food, no safety, no shelter. No shelter's a big word because again, it's like homeless times two. You don't have shelter, as in you don't even have the shelter of Earth, and then of course you don't have any shelter, as in like a living space, a living place. Um, so, I mean, I'm actually very angry at the government, the Australian government, for not fixing the homeless situation. But I can't imagine like a stronger horror than homeless times two, which it kind of, just to say it that way, it makes me look at sci-fi a bit differently. Like maybe the next time I play Starfield on Xbox, I'm walking on one of these desolate planets. I can think of it that way. I think that's a really intense type of horror, and to look at it that way. And I think it would have been good if when they were in the necropolis, if um, something was said to the effect that there's nothing on this planet. And it wasn't really, maybe it's like very weakly implied, but it wasn't really said. Instead, we're like treated with uh, some poetic lines from some old philosophers, which just goes way over my head, like doesn't seem relevant or insightful or anything. Oh, I'm losing my voice. So, um, So that's basically the gist of like what's running through my mind when I talk about it. Um, I love the music. So the music really worked for me, build up the atmosphere. I thought it was very interesting when they were on the planet initially, and they're just like wondering what is there. Um, can this be our home? Can we build the wooden cabin on the lake? Which they talked about, and well, you can on Earth, but you can't on this new planet that they landed on. So it had some good points. The way that AI, the synthetic, talks about aliens as being, so beautiful, which has been the theme in all the movies. I think it's interesting in the sense that, again, humans are not valued properly, not cherished properly by the people at the top. So I really do like that they did that. I've for a long time now wanted them to have a greater range of the alien creatures, not just always the xenomorph endlessly. It shows a lack of creativity, the same way that they reuse lines and themes in like virtually every movie, which also shows a lack of creativity. Um, I mean, come on, show some creativity. You don't have to be that rigid because people will turn to other sci-fi works and they're constantly let down. But anyway, maybe Romulus. I've been very excited about it, but of course, seeing the reviews on the internet, I'm a bit more like, oh yeah, of course. It's because for me, it was the first two movies, like 10 plus, both Aliens, and then it really plummeted. It went downhill so hard, so bad, never recovered. It was never then an action work. It was never that interesting. But I've always loved the Alien franchise. I've always held it close to my heart. Um, and I've really enjoyed the games. Alien Isolation, I've loved to bits, and the other ones that I have less knowledge on, I have enjoyed as well. So, so yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching. All right. Hit the subscribe. All right. Enjoy your day.